Welcome in, everybody! Happy Sunday! We are here ready to rock and roll in our first of 3 best of 5s. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the members of Team Sweden. On the right, it's going to be Team Germany. And this is the last chance qualifier, meaning that single elimination bracket. Today we're going to figure out the 8th team that's going to be making it into the league stage of the tournament. And so for that, we've got our 3 best of 5s, 2 semifinal matchups, and 1 grand final. So right now we're going to be starting out, obviously, with one of the semifinal matchups.
Yes!
Sick.
Only half a year to go.
That's true. Kalis, thank you for the 63 months with your Prime Gaming. Thank you so very much. Forget what, congratulations on your 40 watch streak. Forget what, also congratulations first. Anya, congratulations on second or whatever. Empress, congratulations on last. So, this is going to be Dragonshire for map number 1 in this best of 5 series. Sweden on the left-hand side will be choosing the map, giving first pick priority over the side of Germany too. And we'll see some Lucio bans, some Hogger bans. This is going to be the Meta Madness style of draft, so the heroes that are picked and played cannot be played in future maps within the series. So we will see what we get, but no Lucio or Hogger in map number 1. They could be played in map number 2, but of course if they're played in map 2, then they cannot be played.
Good morning, sun emoji.
Why? Twitch, get your shit together. Twitch, get your shit together. Kalis, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 63 months. Divine, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 5 months.
Yes! Yes!
Thank you so very much. I appreciate that.
Good morning, sun emoji.
No idea why I got that sub notification thing now. I actually got that sub weeks ago. All I know is we're 100 bits or 1 sub away from Hype Train from anyone that isn't Kalis or Divine. Thank you both for the Prime Gamings. I appreciate it. Me and all my homies say daylight savings time. Yeah, balls, me too. I went to bed at 8 p.m. last night, and I feel okay today, but that's mostly because I slept so much. Didn't mean to interrupt you. No, Divine, always, by all means, my friend. Subs are appreciated. Not gonna be upset about someone subbing in the middle of a cast. I do not mind that at all. We've had a literal entire map be a hype train, in the sense of, like, we started the map, we loaded in, a hype train started, and then it just kept going. I didn't cast that entire map. I'm not gonna complain. Hogger and the Genji will be banned away the left-hand side by Sweden. Germany gets rid of the Lucio and the Thrall. They'll grab a Johanna, a Falstead. We do have Sylvanas and Rhaegar on the left-hand side. Dahak also comes in with the Falstad. Alright, so we are going to be seeing a double global on the right-hand side. And what do we see for a ban? I doubt they go Brightwing ban. I don't think they're going to triple global it, but a ban on a healer would be pretty good. Anduin's not a bad idea in my opinion. Leap of Faith is a great disengage tool. The Brightwing ban is a little surprising. I wasn't expecting triple global. What's up, Moodier? Let's go, fellow Germanians. Yeah, exactly, Case. So it has to be a third person. I'd start the hype train if I could, but I'm not allowed to start my own hype trains either, so we'll see if there is a generous soul in chat to get a hype train going for today. But either way, we get a Deathwing ban on top of that Brightwing ban. We get back into our map picks. For Sweden on the left-hand side, they already have the Sylvanas and the Rhaegar. They're gonna need a main tank. I don't hate, like, a Chromie Varian, realistically. Chromie Varian's solid. You get a charge, you get a taunt. You get the Shatter Throw potentially into Johanna, maybe Mortal Wound to deny some incoming healing. Chromie Burst is really good. Sustained damage from Sylvanas is on point. I think it'd be a solid pickup here in map number 1. But it looks like it'll be an ETC and a Urel. So they'll grab the Urel for the solo lane. ETC is the main tank. Crowd Surfer is pretty popular on this map. I could see a last pick Zagara for either side. I could legitimately see Germany pick up a healer and a Zagara here, or I could even see Sweden pick up the Zagara for bottom lane. And unfortunately, I think we're going to be missing the hype train. I think we're going to be missing platform 9 3/4, and we're going to have to take the car to Hogwarts.
Grant us strength.
I like the Maiev for the control. Mobility is really nice as well. We'll see what kind of build it's going to be. I've been seeing a lot of Fan and Eye builds. Not a lot of Spirit of Vengeance. And Malfurion's a solid healer.
Dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sorta good at something.
Bits confuse me.
Once upon a time,
Choo-choo!
deep in the jungle, there was a little engine that could.
Hanzo.
Chugging his way across the enemy line. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Hey, what's up, Darth? Congratulations, second whatever. Balls, thank you for the 100 bits and starting a hype train. If you'd like to take part in the hype train, you can. Let's go ahead and load on in. The last pick for the side of Sweden was the Hanzo. We've got your Malfurion Maiev as well. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Who the hell's that? That's not what's his name, the grad student.
Nah, he graduated. Must be the new one.
New one. That's supposed to be a
Prime sub.
L_. Hope things are well.
Yo, Darth, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 38 months. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very generous. Thanks, bud. I hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for coming on by. Hopefully the game design and everything is, going steadily along. And, happy Sunday, my friend. I was just thinking recently, I was like, oh, I haven't seen Darth in a little bit. Boom, there you are. I guess I just gotta think about you randomly. All right, chat, get your gables in. Let's load on in. If you want to take part in the hype train, it is currently going on. Thank you, everyone, again, for the massive support at the start of the stream today. Y'all are way too generous to me on this cozy Sunday. First load in always takes a minute, and, ooh, only 100 on Team Sweden, huh? On the left-hand side, it is going to be your Team Sweden. We've got your Sven ETC, Captain Rex Sylvanas, Azerite, Hanzo, Wubby on the Urel, and Gunner is your Rhaegar. Left side of the map, right side of the map is going to be Team Germany with your Dexin Johanna, a Bird Falstead. Hey, how fitting. Evil on the Dahaka, Serenity Maiev, and Shek on the Malfurion.
Battle commencing in 10 seconds.
Avalanche? Oh, no, we haven't had snow since that big snowstorm. There was an avalanche around that snowstorm's time, but that was on the North Shore. That was on North Shore in a backcountry area, and unfortunately some people did die. It is going to be those Sylvanas with your Unrelenting Torment. We've got your Q-Build Falstead with the Target Practice. Going to be a Dauntless Urel ETC with his Guitar Hero, Colossal Totem Rhaegar. Emerald Dreams Malfurion, Spirit of Vengeance Maiev, a good old Enhanced Agility Dahaka. Falstead will be going into your Frequent Flyer and Zealous Claire Johanna. As the Righteous Hammer is going to push some people around. We have a few autos onto the Evil. Captain Rex is low. Serenity goes in and gets the kill. Will the Maiev be punished for it? Absolutely not. Actually gets the Umbral Bind onto Wubby and Gunner. Another Fan of Knives coming out. The Shield Glares from Johanna also connecting. But that looks like it is the end of that little skirmish there, with only one kill being picked up in favor of Team Germany. Any Germany believers?
You think yourself worthy to wield the Dragon Knight's power? Prove it. Take control.
Well, we're anticipating a 3-0 from Sweden here. 10 stacks on your baseline for the Sylvanas, 17 for the Falstead. Falstead has a max stack of 300. He has a reward at 60 and 150 for some damage increases, and then he has his mythic, of course, at the 300 stack. And, uh-oh. All right, we got odds. Thank you. Whoever did it, thank you. Appreciate it. We don't like points going to the void.
And lay waste to this.
Alright, so Dragonshire, double soak a little bit from mid to bottom. Some camps to be grabbed. Wubby will grab control of the Sunshrine on the north side, but we'll need to deal with the Bruiser camp that is pushing out. In the mid lane, though, I do see a drag from Dahaka landing onto ETC, who's going to power slide and go for the Dragon Knight. The Evil's going to step up with a Darkswarm active Burrows for a moment to try and get a little HP from the Essence, and it's going to be Falstead on the top lane point. Will be able to have the controls, so ETC cannot get the channel of the Dragon Knight. No early Dragon Knight for the side of Sweden as the Shield Glare goes out onto Hanzo. Azerite pulled back over the wall, and the Maiev finds another kill for the team. right, Sudden Vengeance for the Maiev at level 4 for that 6% damage. Dahaka brush talking in the bottom. Follows up a beautiful Umbral Bind. Are we going to get a pause for the Johanna? Yeah, we're going to get a pause for the Johanna here. So let's actually jump into mid lane. We're going to do this, right there. And we're going to stay in game here. Usually we jump out, but we'll go ahead and just shut off some of the global information. And we can at least show you guys stats and stuff and wait and see what it's going to look like. Or sorry, what it's going to... AI Hanzo is no longer following Sylvanas. We'll go ahead and figure out when we're getting back into this game here. And thank you all so very much for the hype train as well. Man, what a kickoff to today's stream. Thank you, everyone. If you took part in the hype train, thanks so very much. If you did not, that's okay. Not everyone can support, and I understand. Last second save, Ball's the MVP. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Kalis, Divine, Darth, and Balls for the hype train fun. As we get back into the game, we had a small little DC. We got the player back in it. And let's see what we have. But it is going to be Team Germany with 3 kills early on. That Hanzo kill right before the pause was absolutely awesome to see. There's going to be another Umbral Buy in the Spirit of Vengeance. The Dahaka lands a dragon. Hanzo goes down once again. We do have Captain Rex on the Moon Shrine. Sun Shrine held by Athletic Bird, or at least trying to. We'll be pushing out the wave. As we take a look back into mid lane, Rhaegar quickly clearing things out. No Crowd Surfer for the ETC, by the way. Moonshine, hold on. Falstad top lane has got some decent damage onto Wubby. The Evil's coming in, has no drag. Wow, I actually thought the animation was going to hit right there, but not going to be the case. Bird will be able to grab some more experience as well as some minion kills. 37 stacks. Savage Charge kicks the ETC away. Hanzo getting a little bit of poke damage onto the Dragonite. Needs to back away. Gets Molten Flames onto the fort gate of mid lane as well. Full auto build for your Falstad. Maiev is going to be going to the Ruthless Spirit at level 7 as well. How much value can the Dragonite bring to the table? Oh, we are dropping frames today. I apologize, everyone. Let me try and fix that a little bit. I'm just going to lower my bitrate a good chunk here, unfortunately. Whatever work they did on my node apparently is still an issue, so we'll have to send a text message to our guy. But we're going to roll with the punches today and hope for the best. Hopefully this is the only little bit of lag we get, and it's not going to be a continued issue throughout today. But thanks for sticking with me for all the little issues. Spectrum Y, they don't enjoy the best MOBA out there. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit, it should be like a little wobbles here and there, but it should be still watchable, still viewable. I'm doing my best on my end to manage things. So bottom lane, Bruiser Camp is pushing in. Siege Giants will be cleared away as well. What's up, Zach? Also, good to see you. Happy Sunday. Minion wave buffed up a little bit. This is gonna be a Spirit of Vengeance again going in. Good siege coming in from Team Germany as a couple Fan and Knives are thrown out here and there. Falstad going to be taking flight up into maybe mid lane for the fight onto Yrel. Nah, going straight up to top. Dragonite number 2 is going to be announced momentarily as Wubby is going to get that Hand of Freedom. That is Dexon getting taken down. And that'll be 51 stacks currently for Captain Rex, the first milestone at the 250 mark, as this should be a camp invade. Yo, what's up, Freaky? Good to see you, bud. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Here's a Storm. Last chance qualifier for Nations Cup. Dahaka brush talking in. And looks like this camp will be stolen, but it'll be cleared out in lane, or before it gets into lane. Containment Disc, Tranquility, Isolation Gust, and Flesh Shield. Ancestor Healing on the other side, Stage Dive, Mind Control, Dragon's Arrow, and the Ardent Defender. Alrighty. Fire to start up this camp. ETC is going to scout it, but sees a lot of enemies and is like, maybe I don't want to step into this with my Yrel. Also, it is going to be Hanzo on the bottom lane, still working on the wave, trying to poke onto Dahaka. Stage dive into the bottom lane. Dahaka's already out of there, though. Wanted to look really quickly and see the Hanzo stackage. She still needs to hit Falstad once and Malfurion once to be able to get the 30% range increase. Has done the Dahaka and Johanna stacks and has one hit on Maiev, in case you're wondering. Containment Disc in top lane. Is there Emerald Dreams or a root or anything like that for Wubby? Looks like not going to be the case. Dahaka has the Moon Shrine in the bottom. Big rotation up into mid. Yo, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, Darth. I hope everything goes well. Appreciate you coming on by and hanging out for a little bit. We'll see you next time. Appreciate the continued support as always. So, as we see Sylvanas, Yrel clearing top, Falstad still chilling up there. This is going to be a rotation down into bottom onto Hanzo. Maybe they'll catch him in the bush. There's a danger ping in that corridor. I think ETC might have scouted. Oh, no, it was the other way around. ETC was scouted, and they were warning the Maiev who was stepping up there. A few autos onto Wubby. Use Divine Steel to back away. Minion wave onto the fort gate, getting some damage. The Evil has come up here. Dahak already on 5 stacks of enhanced agility. So has the 30% movement speed buff and can go a little bit further, up to 140. There's a 4-second duration on that. A lot more posturing going on after the first 4 early game kills, which is going to give about a half a level lead currently over to Germany. It is looking like the members of Sweden are playing a little bit more safe here. Trying to poke a little bit more, trying to get a little bit more vision. Trying to play a lot safer in their positioning as well, I've noticed. Condemn from Johanna. Bless Shield gets ripped onto Hanzo before they can get the natural agility for the wall. Demand control lands. Containment disc onto Sylvanas. And that, I think, is the end. Wait, Spirit of Vengeance goes in? No teleport activation onto Azerite. Yeah, we're still dropping frames, unfortunately, everybody. Sorry. Trying my best out here, but Dragon's Arrow goes wide. This is Tranquility from Malfurion as well. Rhaegar's the one to be taken down. As a hammering goes out to chase onto Wubby a little bit. But I think that's all we're going to see right there. Let me try and adjust a little more on my end of the background. There's only so much I can do, everybody. Apologies for this, but it's literally out of my control. Mind control. I knew I was going to have some instability today. I had some weird internet things this morning, and I was like, there's going to be some stupid stuff going on today. Sven trying to get out of here. Will be able to back off. That is going to be Falstad in top lane, taken down by the Yrel. We have Johanna picking up the Sylvanas on the left-hand side. Wubby now trying to back away. Totem coming down from Rhaegar. Well, no one's in mid lane for the potential Dragonite channel. And looks like bottom lane gets pushed up a little bit onto the fort. ETC will hold the Moonshrine. Possible Dragonite over the side of Sweden. That half a level still exists. I mean, it's a 4-kill difference. Take a look here at the experience breakdown. You can see that heroic kill is leading into a lot. Minions is helping out a little bit from structures. And it's about a 2k lead. Top lane Falstad. Totem comes down from Rhaegar. The isolation lands onto Rhaegar, but Wubby has the Avenging Wrath over the wall to take them down. A 3rd kill, which is kind of equalized a little bit more in that experience realm. Body blocks onto Johanna. She pops the Iron Skin, throws down a Condemn. Power side from ETC. Mind control does land, and Johanna is going to be taken out. Maiev comes in with a big Spirit of Vengeance. Umbral Bind. Humongous play. ETC tried to stage dive, but the Emerald Dreams locked him down, and he will not be able to back off. Sonic Arrow going out. I gotta say, a bloodbath of a map number 1. More kills than minutes in the game. Nicely done. A fun one so far. As Gunner self-casts the Ancestral. Earth Grasp Totem comes down. Dragon's Arrow does not hit Serenity. The Haunting Wave will not activate for the teleport. And that's our disengage through bottom. 1 on 2 on the Falstad. 7 on your Dahaka. 128 for the Sylvanas baseline. 3 of the 5 for the Hanzo. If you're curious, let's take a look here really quickly and see how that target practice is progressing. As we are going to be seeing 0 hits on Falstad still. Needs 1 hit on Malfurion to be able to get that completed stack. Stage diving from ETC to try and create some space. The gust from Falstad into the corner. There's going to be a Tranquility from Malfurion activated. Malfurion takes down Rhaegar. Containment disc onto the ETC. Falstad barrel rolls to the side. And we have Hanzo still poking a little here and there, but it's a 4-kill difference, 4-8 still. In favor for the members of Team Germany, who have a decent start to this map. No major structures have fallen almost 12 minutes in. Zero gets a righteous hammer into Dahaka after the isolation lands, but that is a root and a boot. That is Zurel to be taken down. Another kill on the side of Germany, who will not be able to get the channel because of Sylvanas in the top lane with her control over the Sun Shrine. Another Spirit of Vengeance in. The glaive, you can see that pink glow. It has the Umbral Bind activated. As Hanzo is going to be silenced. There's a Bless Shield from Johanna, but I think a Purge from Rhaegar did come through. Serenity is low. There's going to be Spirit of Vengeance back in with the healing over time. But that was real risky right there after that gust. Falstad takes flight. As Sylvanas is working on top lane, she has the Inspired Minion Wave getting some damage. But she'll go ahead and back off and play it safe as the Sunshine, Moonshine are in favor. Sweden, Sven will not be able to get the channel since Dahaka in the bush is going to get one interrupt. Yeah, I agree, Freaky. Very, very good back and forth. Very even match, it feels. Falstad's going to try and get the Sun Shrine. Sylvanas is mounting and heading into mid lane for the team fight. Root from Malfurion does land on the ETC. Gunner going for the channel, but Falstad has that counter channel in top lane. So no Dragonite to be picked up. The big thing to mention for Sylvanas is she's about to get that damage increase from her baseline. Wait a minute, Falstad, damage on the Falstad Sven forces out the Ancestral Healing. And the ETC will be fine to back away. Hanzo's still poking here and there. He is done with his target practice, so he has the 30% range increase and 100 extra damage as well. Went into the Piercing Arrow 16 for the double explosion, paired with the level 4 for the wave clear value. Rhaegar is chilling near mid. Hanzo's not going to be able to get on the point currently. He's working on the wave, trying to get to that 20 talent for the allies first. 4-kill difference, though, still. That's been kind of the motif throughout the game. 3 to 4-kill difference favoring Team Germany. The experience gap is closed a little bit, and I think it's going to be because of soaking, yeah. A little bit of soak, a little bit from... No, it's just Soak, actually, realistically pulling it back in. Not by much. Actually, a tidbit from Mercenaries as well. Isolation lands on Sylvanas, but Azerite does have some scatters and some poke to try. Oh no, the evil! Burrow is gone. Enhanced agility. Hanzo gets the hit, and that'll be 6 to 9 in kills. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the fort will be taken down. Our Bird Boy takes flight to mid lane.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Bottom and top fort traded. Vigorous Volter automatically picked up by the Maiev. Sylvanas at 252. She's got that 50% damage increase on Black Arrows. Seraphim, Dark Lady's Call. You're going to see that spammed a lot. Effectively a 13-second cooldown now. Stage Dive, Crowd Pleaser, ETC. Bigger AoE and a bigger slow as well, right? It's an 80% slow. Yeah, going from 50 to 80. Dragon's Arrow misses. Stage Dive in from ETC. Dexon gets the Bless Shield out afterwards. The Bullseye from Hanzo lands on a Malfurion, but it won't be enough. The Savage Charge kicks Johanna into bottom lane. As we do have the Farseer's Blessing, Serenity, Shadow Orb, I always forget. It's not Huntress, it's the Vengeance. Vengeance, right? Dahaka will pick up his... We don't see it very often. Actually, I can't say really very often because I've been seeing it more and more with the Apex Predator level 20, Wind Tunnel for the Falstad, and you'll see Radiating Fate Johanna. Continue to be 6 to 9 in kills. Sweden starting to pull ahead a little bit here as they take down the enemy mid lane fort and start working on Keep Gate at bottom lane. But Dragonite at 41 seconds, 39%. Savage Charge mitigated by a Vault of Wardens of Serenity. ETC chilling in the bush in case he's needed for a disengage assistance. But it does look like Sylvanas inside the Dragonite is going to slowly back away. Hanzo, ETC, Rhaegar in mid. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. They're going to try and take down the Dragonite, potentially. Maybe get the Sylvanas kill afterwards. Haunting Wave to the side, and Johanna had the Bless Shield. You saw her rotating in, trying to get the angle for that throw. Unfortunately, unable to get the hit, so no Bless Shield. As ETC stage dive comes off cooldown, no encore level 13, but a mic check for that cooldown reduction when hitting 2 or more enemy heroes with the face melt. 197 for the full stat, so he's got 70 extra damage, 70 baseline extra damage. He's still on the way for that 125 increase, which will give the 195 overall. But that's another, what, 103 stacks away? Uh-oh. Dahaka? I was trying to figure out what I just saw, and I can't believe it. Dahaka got out with like 31 HP with that burrow. Can you guys believe that? I legit where it was so. I'm looking back at the stream because this is so wild. Dragon's Arrow lands on a Dex and there's gonna be a what 7 HP, but Uro comes in with the Avenging Wrath right afterwards. I got so confused because I thought I heard ETC stage diving, but I'm like, why is ETC stage diving out of a collapse onto someone else? And then I didn't see a death. Yeah, anyways, the Dahaka, that was the great escape right there from Dahaka. I got so juked so hard. Mind control avoided by a burrow. Dragonite number 3 of the map, I believe, is up and available. Spirit of Vengeance. Nice cleanse from Rhaegar onto Captain Rex. Purification was not picked up at level 7. It is that, oh god, I always forget this one. It's like healing. No, it's grounded totem. Grounded totem. Right. Johanna got Goombas. Yeah, the Avenging Wrath on Johanna right there was very satisfying to see. 7 to 9 on kills, unfortunately, but Captain Rex not going for Dragonite Channel. It's gonna be Sven inside. Okay. I was gonna say, ETC's probably the better one, but Sweden looks like they're gonna try and... Can they end? Not end, but can they take down bottom lane keep? Sylvanas does not have Haunting Arrows. No way for her to lock down structures, potentially. Sonic Arrow to get some vision. Excuse me, possession onto a couple minions. Mind control goes out, no one caught by that. Urella's gonna hand a Freedom and Seraphim to back away on the left side of your screen. Dragon's Arrow launched, avoided by a Vault of the Warden. Spirit of Vengeance goes through the Dragonite. Phantom Knife's coming out as well. There's gonna be small stun onto Athletic Bird with that Sonic Arrow. Bullseye. Keep Gate has been opened. Avenging Wrath and Sidewolves have been taken down. Falstead flying, looking for the wind tunnel. Oh, wait, yes, looking for the wind tunnel up against the wall. This could be absolutely massive for the side of Germany as Mind Control lands onto the Maiev. She's gonna get a Vault of the Wardens afterwards. Big stage dive from the ETC. Dragonite phase has ended. And the wind tunnel and everything looks so flashy, but nobody's gonna go down. I actually can't believe it. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there's gonna be a camp and a minion wave pushing up. Dahaka and Falso will go deal with that, and that's going to create a small gap for possible more siege onto the bottom lane keep. $325 for the Sylvanas of the 400. Getting close to that mythic upon damaging damaging enemies 400 times. Black Arrows now heal Sylvanas for 25% of the damage dealt at 3 stacks, doubled against enemy heroes. And 260 for Falstad, 40 more to go. He gets 1 stack per minion kill, 5 per heroic kill. So there's a chance to quickly get that, but he's going to be chilling in top lane. Next Dragonite phase is going to be announced very soon, but we're 21 minutes into our first map of the day, and man, this is a lot closer. I thought Germany was going to kind of run away with it at the beginning with those early game kills, but it is not the case. It is now Germany kind of on the defensive posture and in the defensive mode. It's even talent here. Scaling is slightly ahead on the left-hand side for Sweden. As do we have a mind control? Good attempt right there. Bullseye goes out. Does hit the Maiev. Scatters poking here and there as well. 269 on the Falstad. We're just watching that because that mythic upgrade, I mean, 125 extra damage is significant for the Falstad. 195 in the total. Scatter's going out. Dahaka's brush stalking into this bottom pit. A little ahead of his allies. The mind control lands before the Dahaka drag does. There will be a burrow. Volstead flies into bottom as he works on a catapult. Urel in mid lane soaking, pushing up a wave. Bruiser camp is thinned out. Okay, I was going to say, it's got to be getting close to being taken down. Containment disc, look for Azurite. Bottom lane fort goes down, so at least it's peer out, catapult pressure, matching. There is still the mid lane fort. Gate has been taken down, but still 100% HP on that. Nice hammering checks into the bush. Shield glare as well. Members of Germany playing it very safe. It is a best of 5 series, but it is the last chance qualifier, which means no double elimination. Single elimination bracket. If you lose your series, that's it. That's all. You're done with the Nations Cup Tournament 2026, and you hope that there's another one in 2027. Alrighty. Seraphim right there for Wubby. Uses the Avenging Rat to jump over into the camp just above. Scatter a little poke there as well. Alright, 2 kill difference though as we enter into 23 minutes of map number 1. Why do I feel like today is going to be one of those long stream days? Mid lane Dragonite available. Who's gonna get it? Nobody. Maiev is gonna get the Moonshine in the bottom. Bruiser camp in top lane pushing up. Urel with the Avenging Wrath charged up as well. My gosh. Oh, the big thing to mention though is I've been kind of keeping track here. Falstead is done with his mythic. We have Sylvanas with 68 more stacks to go. That's a bullseye onto Athletic Bird. And Tranquility is forced out by Malfurion in the moment, and I don't blame them. Dahaka's trying to sneak up to top lane. Seen by the minion wave as well as Sylvanas. She's going to throw up the mind control, which is avoided. The stage dive in from ETC. Met by a drag. The Righteous Hammer's there. The Evil's going to try and back away. Gets an isolation on the ETC. Here comes Johanna with the Blessed Shield condemned. Pulling into the Cleanse from Rhaegar onto Sylvanas as well. The Ancestral is going to be good on the ETC. And they don't get the Farseer's value. The Wind Tunnel from Volstead pushing the enemies back. There's going to be the Emerald Vine pulling Wubby into a containment disc. Is there a drag from Dahaka? He's autoing onto minions to try and get that cooldown reduction with his Feeding Frenzy 7. We have Johanna taken down by Hanzo just below our talent bar, but Urel will fall. Volstead flying into mid as no one was there for the channel. Dahaka brush stalking as well. It's 120-second cooldown for Dahaka now because of his Apex Predator. Halves the cooldown from 240 to 120. And then you also get 40 seconds off your cooldown. Oh no! Maiev got baited by Azurite! Azurite with the bait right there. Looking low on HP and looking killable, and Maiev is like, I can get this kill for us, team. Unfortunately, it's the Maiev taken down. For 2-2 in kills, sorry. Mind control is used as we are pivoting away out of the top lane to check that bush. 26 minutes almost into map number 1 here, everybody. Jeez, dude. I mean, it's level 25 for these two teams in map 1. Holy cow. So Dahaka gets the cancel on the Sunshrine. He neutralizes it. Hanzo working on bottom lane wave as best as he can. Rhaegar's going to get the channel here. Bottom lane keep is still exposed. It looks like Sylvanas is going inside. Okay.
The flame cleanses all.
Is this the push for Sweden to find victory? That's the real question we got to answer right now. Hanzo looking to poke here and there with some scatters. Dahaka brush stalking in right next to Urel. Falstead's there as well. There's going to be some Molten Flames out from the Dragonite into the lane. We do have a Tunneling Claws from Dahaka level 16, allowing him to disengage while he was burrowed. Savage Charge kicks Jahan into the side. Dragonite Molten Flames firing out here and there. Spirit of Vengeance out from Maev. Teleport. Sudden Vengeance value as well. Dragon's Arrow, not gonna hit the enemies here. And the Dragonite getting minimal siege. He got sub onto the keep, but not a whole lot. Unfortunate. Our map number 1 continues, and I'm honestly really glad I doubled up on ad blockage before the stream started, or before the map started. I think we were literally about to get into the draft, and I'm like, I'm gonna push the ad button here because I have a gut feeling as we are nearing 30 minutes from map number 1. Flames firing out. Dragonite gets a Savage Charge kick onto the Johanna. Wubby with the Avenging Wrath just chilling on the left-hand side, looking for any sort of flank. Dahaka, by the way, has been pushing out waves here and there to keep the scaling going up in their favor. We've had a couple Dragon Arrows land, but I'd say the average is higher that they miss for sure. I definitely. Oh, that's a good wind tunnel up against the wall. The isolation, the ancestor healing over the Ansem stage from ETC on the right hand side. As Hanzo gets taken down, Containment just lands onto ETC. Can Germany capitalize on a kill and the bottom lane keep of the enemy? The keep gate has been open. They do have the camp, so they have that moving into the lane. They're going to invade the Siege Giant camp for more siege value. Big surprise on that one. Wow. That was a good wind tunnel to set up a double kill. Bottom lane keep gate is decimated. 36 on Hanzo, 25 on Hanzo, 33 on the ETC. This Wubby is being pinged to go deal with Siege Giants, but I don't think the members of Germany really care about that right now. They are on core at 29 minutes in map number 1. Mind Control from Sylvanas lands onto the Johanna. She's going to take so much damage. Wind Tunnel again from full set activated here, pushing back the enemies. The core is falling. The route from Malfurion to zone, and Germany, off of a major Wind Tunnel from Falstad, will be able to take map number 1. GG. Well played. Oh, dude, everything's breaking today. I'm sorry, chat.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
AJ, no message. Well, I guess, you know, choke all booty is the message. Thank you for the tier 1 for 34 months. Man, a bunch of resubs today. Thank you everyone so very much. From 63 to 5 to 38 to 34. So much generosity. Thank you everyone. Appreciate it. What's up, Bunty? Welcome back, everybody, into the Nations Cup Last Chance Qualifiers semifinal matchup. We've got the members of Sweden versus Germany. Germany's up in this best-of-5 series. And it is going to be the members of Sweden opting in for first pick priority, which gives Germany the map pick, which will be Tomb of the Spider Queen. So what will we see from Sweden to make this a 1-1 score? Because Sweden did look really strong, and both of these teams looked really strong in map number 1. But Germany does get the that wind tunnel victory moment, and we'll see if they can recreate the same victory condition. Well, I guess not really, because, you know, Meta Madness draft. But we'll see if they can find victory again and pull ahead further in this best-of-5 series. After this, by the way, is going to be the second semifinal matchup, and after that is going to be the grand finals. We will be having 2 semifinals, which, of course, the winners of those go to the grand finals. So winner of this goes up against the winner of the next best-of-5. Thrall, Hogger, continue to be banned away in this series. And what else are we going to get rid of? Lucio has been a hot priority. Falstead, Maev can't be played again, so there's no need to be concerned about that. Ghoul Dan is really good on this map. Kael'thas has his play as well. Stitches is common on this map as well. Chromie will be removed. Okay, no artillery from the Sand Dragon. Well, I guess she's a Bronze Dragon, right? 6, 6,651. Okay, sorry. Just, I keep checking the bitrate stuff, and it looks like, knock on wood, well, I'm not going to say anything. The internet gods are listening. Last pick, what do you want to get rid of here? I like the Lucio ban. Could see Mephisto ban as well. Hell, you could see Medivh ban, but I don't think so. Get rid of Blaze. Okay. Lucio is up. Gul'dan is up. I mean, like, a first pick Gul'dan is not bad on this map whatsoever. I think he's just a solid mage through and through. Wave clear is good. Objective clear is really nice. Poke is on point. But we could see just a main tank out the gate. Could be an early Garrosh. Could be an early Muradin, I could see. A Nubarak wouldn't be too bad either. They're going to go for the Anduin. All right, Anduin is going to be making his way into map number 2 as the first pick for Sweden. So they could go into Stitches. I mean, the Genji with Anduin is available. Muradin isn't too bad. Leoric or a Nubarak, these are all great targets for Light Bomb as they have some sort of mobility to then jump onto the enemy team with that Light Bomb teleport in a sense. Well, it's more of a teleport for like Leoric, but like Burrow Charge or Dwarf Toss. That's a Leoric and a Junkrat, though, for Germany, so already out the gate with a little bit of control on the table. You have the Concussion Mine, Steel Traps, you've got Entomb, Skeletal Swing, Slow. Do they rip us Stitches right here, right now? Is there any conversation of the Stitches? Or are they looking for something else? I think we're going to definitely know the direction of Sweden here.
Nice start.
I could see it being a main tank Zool, but it's way too early in Meta Madness. That's a smart ban. It's way too early in the Meta Madness drafts for it to be a main tank Zool. I think that's literally a setup for a Stitches sort of situation. So they're going to go ahead and just ban out Medivh, which I don't hate whatsoever. What's up, Ninja? Good morning, bud. Happy Sunday. You've missed one map, and it was a absolute blast of a map. It was a big old 30-minute map, or nearly 30-minute map. Ban-wise from the left side, maybe a tank, maybe a healer. I'm not sure what they want to lean into. Oh, well, I was kind of right. Yeah, partially right. Alrighty. What else are we going to be seeing, though? What do they want to run with Junkrat? They can still... technically, the members of Germany could run a Stitches. They could pick up Tyrande Stitches here. With the Junkrat's not bad. Yo, what's up, Nancy? How you doing today, bud? So they're going to go Brightwing and Garrosh. Okay. A little bit more control, then. Happy Sunday, my friend. Good to see all of you. Cheers. We got a couple teas of a couple cups of Mango Tango. Hopefully everyone is hanging in there with daylight savings time. I managed to get enough sleep last night. I woke up today feeling all right, which I'm happy about. But I did go to bed at like 8 p.m. So there is that.
I play to win.
This draft I wasn't expecting whatsoever at all. I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting a Diva to come through. The Deathwing, maybe, yeah, but, so this is, what, main tank Zool? Main tank Deathwing? It's main tank Fallen. Orphea will be the last pick. I like the Germany draft so much more. Bonds of Anguish, level 6. I hope Sereny is going to be going into, Shadow Waltz build. I think the mobility will be really nice up against the enemies, and you have Bonds of Anguish at level 16 for the percent-based damage up against Deathwing, Diva, and Zool. Like, I think that could be really good. It could just be an auto build as well, but let's find out together. Let's get into it. Map number 2. Get your gambles in. Get out from church, ready for nap. Was it the post-church meal that gave you the itis, Nancy? I don't know if you do the post-church meal, but I think that's a very common thing from my understanding. A lot of people go out for, like, brunch or whatever. I did it once. We did Easter Mass as a family, and then we went out to...
Help is on the way, dear!
This is Delta.
Help is on the way!
Chrono, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, bud. I appreciate it. If you are new to the stream, drop a follow. We are just now loading into map number 2 in our first best of 5 of the day. How was your Heroes of the Storm stream, bud? Welcome on in. Thanks for thinking of us. We are loaded on in. We are in the first best of 5. We have 3 best of 5s from Nations Cup today. And thanks for the raid. If you got a post stream and take care of yourself, by all means, take care of yourself. And as I said, if you're new to the stream, be sure to drop a follow. We have the follower mode on. It's 0 minutes. It just gets rid of bots. Helps, makes our lives easier. My mods can't always be modding. You woke up at 4, which is really 3. Yeah, I had the sun was throwing me off a little bit this morning, but I honestly think I think this is the best I've ever adjusted to it.
Prepare yourselves. The battle begins shortly.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome on in. Map number 2. As we get into this, we've got a Svenzul, Wubby Diva, Captain Rex Deathwing, Gunner on the Anduin, and Azerite on the Vala. Okay, no worries, Kalis. Have fun. Take some photos if you can. On the right-hand side, it's gonna be Team Germany. You've got the evil Leoric, Dexon on the Garrosh, Sack on the Brightwing, Athletic Bird as your Junkrat, and Serenity on the Orphea. As her level 1 is gonna lead me to believe that this is absolutely gonna be an auto attack build. We do also have your Brightwing Hypershift, Fealty onto Death for Leoric, Unrivaled Strength, and my favorite, honestly, one of my favorite level 1s for Junkrat that we never get to see. Blow him up. Hitting an enemy here with Concussion Mine or Steel Trap causes Junkrat to deal 25% more damage with basic attacks and basic abilities for 6 seconds. Is there going to be the case where we see Boom Pow level 4? God, I hope for it. Auto attack created the Hunter for the Vala, even-handed blessing on the Anduin, Dragon Soul, Deathwing. You've got your... Oh, that's going to be the full metal for Diva. And you have the Shackler for Zool. So that Dragon Soul, by the way, the Incinerate, the Wing Flap of Deathwing, is going to heal for 100% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes, which is Destroyer form ever since the changes in the most recent patch. Destroyer form is the main playstyle of Deathwing. We don't see a lot of World Breaker anymore. It's extremely rare to see any World Breaker value. Maybe some poke here and there, but the other thing to mention with Deathwing is that he can no longer change forms on the ground. He has to take flight and land in the form that he wants to be in. Serenity's gonna get the Shadow Ults to dash back in this top lane scuffle. But also, in correlation to that, the Dragon Flight has been reduced in cooldown from 45 to 15 seconds, so he can take flight more often. But it looks like, oh, my apology, I honestly did not, I kinda caught the Zool dying there. So Zool will be taken down by Leoric, another first kill over to the side of Team Germany. Oh, that's a smart idea for real. You're up late, got drunk during karaoke night, and mild hangover. Well, that sounds like a good time. Sounds like a worthwhile hangover. Now to get some greasy food and some water. Dexon low will be taken down by Vala. As the mid lane 4 gate did take a significant amount of damage during that siege, though, so there's slight value. But 1-1 in kills. Deathwing Cataclysm, 100-second cooldown still. Does have his baseline Hour of Twilight for the 2,000 stacks. Yes, 2,000. I have not seen a Deathwing hit it. I want to say the highest I've seen in Nations Cup is a little over 1,000 stacks in a game. Highest I've managed to get in an ARAM is 1,400 something. It was a short ARAM, but it was a lot of kills. And you get 50 stacks per kill. You get 1 stack per Molten Flame hit, but the hits on that are really lackluster. Oh, and it does read properly now, so at some point that got fixed. The tooltip in the Observer AI, sorry. Polymorph, Wubby getting chunked a little bit. Deathwing dropping down. It is going to be your Jailers for Zool at level 4. Paralyzing Rage for Leoric, Magic Spit, Indomitable. Oh, we have the Allegrisimo level 4, so maybe Orphea is going to go Bonds of Anguish 16. Oh, alright. I mean, typically you see Endpoint and Allegrisimo paired together. Because Endpoint is going to give you, I believe it's more damage, and then the Allegrisimo's cooldown reduction. Oh, wrong button. let's see here really quickly. Endpoints. Shadow Welt deals 90% damage and grants 1 additional chaos for the tip of it. And then you have the El Grisma, which is going to be reduce the Shadow Welt's cooldown by 1 second, and hitting enemy heroes with the end of it sets the cooldown to 0.75. So that's why there's a good synergy. But right now, the Ancestral Strength is non-heroic abilities deal 15% more damage to stunned, rooted, silenced, or slowed enemies. Enemy heroes are hit with overflowing chaos are slowed by 20% for 2.5 seconds. As we have the Mind Devourer level 7. Troglo's Essence for Sven here. Bone Prison onto Garrosh. He pops the Indomitable. Concussion Mine goes out from Junkrat, who did go into Chattering Teeth level 4. Probably Sticky Wicked 7. It's usually the synergy we're going to be seeing with those. Soothing Mist. You've got your Drain Momentum for Leoric as well. Groundbreaker from Garrosh going out. Gunner being delayed by a grenade? Nope, not at all. So that'll actually be Vala sneaking in a turn-in at the top point, or in the north side shrine. Death drop level 7 for the Deathwing. Anduin picking up his Desperate Prayer. D.Va boosting in the mid lane. Does have that hit the Nitrous with the initial speed bonus. The boosters is increased to 300%. Decays normal, boosting over 0.5 seconds. During this time, booster stuns for 0.5 seconds. Azurite hit with the toss from Dexin. Almost taken down, but Anduin had a few heals coming out. Face shift from Brightwing onto Athletic Bird. As the blue Webweavers enter into lane. Junkrat trying to poke out here a little bit. Deathwave from the Webweaver pushing in through the fort gate. Mid lane looks like it's going to be managed by Orphea. D.Va in bottom lane trying to push up, but the Evil's going to be able to clear this out as well. So the most siege is going to be achieved in top lane. As Orphea dashes around after clearing mid, looks like Zul's going to bolster mid lane. As a nice chomp from Orphea gets huge damage onto the wave. And the fort gate of mid lane is weakened, but I don't think going to be completely taken down. Groundbreaker onto Vala. That's a D.Va thrown into the wall, but she boosts and takes down the gate a little bit. Webby still has Mecha Explosion available. And, Orphea. Shadow Walt's chasing onto Captain Rex a little bit. And we're going to be seeing Bog down level 7 for Junkrat. Man, it's just a menagerie of talents today on the right-hand side. All right, Bog down. I mean, it does have synergy with that level 1 for Orphea, or it has a... yeah, synergy is a good way to say it. 10 talent tiers coming up. Jailers just now being completed by the Zul. And red Webweavers do descend. Vala vaulting into the Evil, D.Va boosting in. The Orc Wraith walks back into the enemies here. I don't know about this call. And Tomb comes out. Garrosh rotates in. There's going to be Bunny Hop from D.Va. The Eternal Feast from Orphea. The camp is still contested. D.Va Mecha Explosion. But that's Dexin and the Orphea to be all taken down. They will get the camp, but they hemorrhage, was that 5, 10, 15, like 18, 19 gems? I don't think it was worth it, because no one typed worth in chat. A massive misplay, in my opinion, from Team Germany. They'll find some value with the Webweavers, but not as much as they possibly could have. And the onslaught in from Deathwing. Brightwing with a few hits here and there. Speed boost onto your Leoric. Bellowing Roar from Deathwing. Leoric is able to get the Wraith Walk in time, so that mitigates any of that push. So that's going to be Orphea and Garrosh rotating in. 5, 10, 15, 17 gems dropped over here by Deathwing, as the Webweavers have been completed, but Inspired Minion Wave arriving through bottom lane. The fort is taking a significant amount of damage. D.Va boosting. Wubby being thrown to the side. Mecha Explosion available, but she can't activate it. Wubby is unable to get that Mecha trigger. He was currently polymorphed and such, as Azurite gets a chunky Desperate Prayer, but Azurite is taken down. More gems to be dropped. Sven will pick up some. That's only 5 of the 16. Uh-oh, Deathwing dropping down, but Sven was thrown out of position. Skeleton Mages are going to be summoned. Is there an Indomitable from Garrosh to be able to back away? He's going to get a Bloodthirst to heal up a little bit. The Brightwing Blink heal onto Garrosh. 62 HP! 60! No! Garrosh is able to back away. Deathwing is unable to step up and get the last bit of fatal damage. I feel like there was the range for Molten Flame from Captain Rex, I'm not going to lie. I'd have to go back and look, but I do believe there was the range available with that. Deathwing Molten Flame onto the wave to thin that out, but needs to move, so they're not going to be taking a lot of free damage from Junkrat and such. And the bottom lane fort has been completely taken down. New York, I believe, was still double soaking for the allies. We didn't talk about heroics because there's just been so much going on as we enter into 13 talent tier from nearly both sides. Tomb onto Zool. Skeleton Swing with Paralyzing Rage. The Invasive Miasma active by the Orphea. There's going to be a Light Bomb thrown into the York, but he has the Wraith Walk active. Indomitable from Garrosh, not utilized on this Bone Prison as he gets the end of the fray onto Leoric, who gets hit with a Bellowing Roar. Gunner's fine. Junkrat, Ripper, air level 16. Diva dunks in a Mech Explosion, and it's going to zone the enemies back. But really quickly here, we do have the Skeleton Mages, Bunny Hop from Diva, Bellowing Roar, Light Bomb, and Rain of Vengeance, Eternal Feast, Riptire, Blink Heal, Decimate, and your Entomb Leoric. Azul gets 43 turned in of the 55 needed. Both teams with an available Webweaver phasing. Both teams needing 55 for their second summoning. 4-4 in kills, 13-13 in levels. It is a pretty even game here as we enter into 10 minutes of Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2 of our first best of 5 of the day. What's up, Vic? How you doing, bud? Happy Sunday. That was Friday. Sven trying to get 6 turned in. Will be able to do so. Azurite has a good chunk. Actually, Gunner has the necessary gems, or Azurite. And I do believe we got a blue Webweaver phase coming in as Webby is distracting the evil in this south side turn-in. York and bottom, gonna start wraith walking out. Wraithing out. But he did go into Spectral Leech level 13, so we'll see Mithril Mace 16. That is the combo that you run together. So Junkrat starts working on top lane. Vala vaulting in, hit with a Concussion Mine and into the Steel Trap. Nice combo from Junkrat. Deathwing with a Cataclysm through mid lane. He's gonna onslaught in as well. A little bit of his Incinerate Wing Flap as the fort gate is being opened up a little bit. Azurite, by the way, 90 stacks with 1 death if memory serves. Yep. Diva boosting in. Garrosh with a quick Decimate. 4 grenades coming out from Junkrat. All of them going to be hitting, actually most of them hitting onto the Webweaver. And this is a pretty good defense coming out from the side of Germany. They lose their top lane fort. They're going to take some damage onto the keep gate of mid. Looks like they want to pivot into... Sorry, keep gate of top. They're going to pivot into mid to be able to clear things out. Decimate. Wrecking Ball into Groundbreaker. Skeleton Mage is summoned by the Zool. Tomb from Leoric captures Deathwing. Bellowing Roar will be utilized. Deathwing, as Grubby said back in CCL, Deathwing's biggest counter, walls. Mecha is lost from Wubby, but the Leap of Faith will pull Wubby to safety. Big shots coming out from Diva, as it is the pilot mode, or the, the good to go for your Diva, which is going to give the pilot mode the Torpedo, Dash, and Concussive Pulse. We do have the Turn-in, though, available. Leoric, I think, has the gems needed. Garrosh is going to anchor a level, let's call it a half a level difference, but talent tier advantage for the time being. Both teams are able to grab their Bruiser Camp from mid lane, and Boss has still been uncontested. How much value can this red Webweaver find? Let's see what we got. 16s for both sides. Glyph of Faith is a big pickup. Rate of Vengeance going out from the Vala right there. Orphea trying to dash away. Bone Person onto Garrosh as he pops the Indomitable. Eternal Feast from Orphea gets 1 hit onto Captain Rex, who did drop down. Webweaver very deep in bottom lane, by the way. It's almost onto the keep already. Leoric pushing that up. Top lane a little bit back. That's going to be a Entomb onto Deathwing, but he gets the onslaught into the Leoric and he's able to back away. That bottom lane Webweaver, by the way, is hardy. Midfort should go down. Diva's currently working on top lane. She's in pilot mode, so she's got very good DPS. And Webweaver through mid is cleared. Top lane Webweaver taken down. Bottom lane gets not even the entire keep gate. I really thought there was going to be way more, but it's Zool down there, so let's be honest. So fort gate of top lane opened up. 13.5 minutes for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Map number 2. Clutches are opening up. Both teams very close to a turn-in. 56 of 60 on the left, 53 of 60 on the right.
Show no mercy.
Piercing Light picking up a 4th stack from Anduin onto the enemies in the bush. Garrosh caught with a Bone Prison. He's gonna Indomitable. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was gonna use it or not. Still, it's pretty long cooldown of 40 seconds, honestly. If only Seraphim was that long. Gunner gonna get the 6 turned in. Another 54 needed. Azurite's got 24, which will not be delayed. The Evil's gonna be Wraith Walking to cancel out that Bone Prison. Azurite is gonna be able to take down the Leoric. The Orphea wants to chase in. The Leap of Faith is gonna be good. Brightwing falls as well to the D.Va pilot. Eternal Feast coming out. D.Va with the boost. Garrosh is going to try and heal up. He's got some Decimate spins, but Dexon is not going to be taken down. Albeit of Armor did trigger right there for your... emergency shielding for the D.Va did trigger right there, but she still loses the mech. And it's a double kill into Leoric and the Brightwing. Leoric can, of course, cheat Deathwing taking flight into the sky for full HP and armor plating. Bottom lane, Siege Giant and Catapults being cleared up by Zul, which found minimal siege. Anduin gonna try and get 1 turn in. Very important singular gem. That'll make all the difference, chat. I'm telling you right now. Wubby! The Orc is not gonna go for the Wraith Walk in, and Sven gonna try and turn in 20. Wubby with 23. And I think this is gonna be Blue Webweavers descending in favor of your Sweden crew. 66 in kills, 18.5 on both sides. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers in this late game if you're curious. 54 stacks for the Leoric, 146 for the Vala, 4 stacks for the Anduin on Piercing Light. Just a real quick note on that for those that may be listening and wondering before we cycle through these stats. Zul gets a Bone Prison onto Bird, but the Concussion Mine allows this Junkrat to back away and push back Sven as well. The Blue Webweavers have entered into lanes. Leoric is currently working on bottom lane. Deathwing is going to take flight into the sky. Webweaver through mid, assisted by the Skeletal Mages. Eternal Feast from Orphea gets 1 hit. Soothing Mist from Brightwing to cleanse out the allies. We do have the level 7 Orphea Mind Devourer finish on the left-hand side of your screen. Mid fort has gone down. Top lane being defended by Bird. As the bottom fort gate will be opened up. So 1 major structure lost. A bit of damage under the keep gate of top lane. Deathwing, who took flight, is going to drop down, and Tomb from Leoric is going to force out. Ooh, that's a good onslaught onto Serenity, who's going to try and back away. The Light Bomb D.Va boosting in, Bunny Hop as well. The retreat tower, it does nothing. Orphea and Brightwing will be taken down. Leoric is going to try and play around the fort here, but it's just not working out for him. He will fall as well. And that is bottom lane fort to be taken down. Team Sweden want the 1-1 score. And they have the momentum to do it. They hit 20s first. You do have your Echoes of Death, Decrepify, and Mortal Wound 13, 16, 20 for the Zul on that skeletal or the Spectral Scythe. You also have your Pop and Lock for D.Va. Deathwing going onto the Destroyer's Rampage. You also have Censure and Farflight Quiver for the Vala. 20 on the Orphea, 17 on the Brightwing, 18 on Leoric or less. Junkrat is low, but he's going to go back into the Hall of Storms for some HP in the defense here. 2v5 in the defense. The core shielding is already starting to drop. There's no minions around, so there's some armor debuff onto Wubby here. Doesn't seem like it's really a concern to Wubby, as they do have the Mech Explosion available. The Orc is going to get a quick heal. The core shielding is dropped. The HP is falling. The minion wave is doing its best to defend here. D.Va boosting again with her mech summoned. Leoric falls to Vala. Auto damage. Captain Rex is low. And that'll be Garrosh getting the throw onto D.Va mech. She'll pop the Bunny Hop. Core shielding is going to start building back up in a moment. D.Va loses mech. Pilot is thrown to the side. Wubby will fall. Leoric Mithril Mace is completed here. Junkrat and friends have 70% left on the core. The Orphea chase the Leap of Faith onto Azurite. Sven, there's going to be a small root onto Athletic Bird as the Leap of Faith again is used. Leoric is still chasing, but I don't believe there's going to be any further fight. And the members of Team Germany defend their core at 70%, and they will go straight to the enemy, straight to boss. Straight to boss. No Webweaver available, but this will guarantee the top lane fort, in my opinion. Some damage onto Keep Gate. And then the rest of the team can rotate and clear out lanes as Vala pushes things up in bottom lane. Leoric is going to be able to clear this out. Let's go ahead and just check deaths really quickly. Follows only died once, 4 on Leoric. No deaths Junkrat. Nicely done. Some Hearths will be coming out just to get back to bottom lane and such faster. Azerite will Hearth out as well. And the boss, I don't think is going to be really assisted here. Yeah, Deathwing's already dropping down in top lane. He's going to start working on this. I said it's a guaranteed fort, but I don't know. Well, it's a 19-minute boss. It's pretty strong. Junkrat, actually, Orphe are going to be up here as well, and that will push things in. Okay. A good chunk of gems were also turned in during this time. 41 of the 60 deposited, 12 currently held. Deathwing takes flight again. Orphea gets a hit onto Azerite, but dashes back for safety. The Orc is currently managing mid lane. No, he's rotating in. They want to get more value with this boss. And I said Fort and Keep Gate. It might be a little bit more than that. No, it looks like they're already backing away. So yeah, Fort and Keep Gate. Maybe a damage, maybe a hit or two onto the keep. But 19 gems are needed, and they currently hold 13, so 2 waves. Clear out mid lane. Now, win condition is still set up through bottom lane in favor of Team Sweden. Team Germany, they defended the core very well. I'm honestly surprised that they got that defense. Garrosh trying to turn in 10. That'll put them up at 51 of the 60. And they have enough for the whole turn in. Deathwing, you heard that grumble in the sky. He is going to be full on HP and armor plating. York steps into the bush. Deathwing dropping down into mid lane. Looks like there's an attempt for the Webweaver turn-in. Garrosh has got the 9 needed. Sven. Or sorry, no, Leoric has it. Oh, no. Sven steps in the bush. Leap of Faith is good. There should be another charge available. Riptire from Junkrat. The Bellowing Roar comes out. There's a little split onto Dexon, who's trying to back away. The mech explosion on the left-hand side of our screen as the Concussion Mine pushes it further away. And the Red Webweavers do descend in favor of Team Germany. Level 20, by the way, the monster within. Eternal Feast grants 1 chaos each time it hits a hero while Eternal Feast is active for 5 seconds afterwards. Orphea basic abilities recharge 150% faster. Extra oomph for the Junkrat. Deadly Calm on the Garrosh. Buried alive Leoric as this bottom lane Webweaver's pushing in, and I don't blame them for trying to push in through bottom to try and equalize the map value. D.Va currently working on top. Mid lane is doing its own thing. Buried alive onto the ball in the bottom left of your screen. The drain is there. The Polymorph Concussion Mine mitigated by a Leap of Faith. Checking really quickly, I want to see Anduin. Leap of Faith, 19-second cooldown for that, by the way. On the next charge, Decimates from Garrosh getting a few spins right there. 30 seconds on an Entomb. Drain applied to Wubby in mid lane. Webweaver here pushed up onto the Keep Gate. Bird's going to get a Concussion Mine and wants to kind of reposition here, and will be able to do so. Webweaver phasing has pushed up the waves, but has not confirmed any major structures as we enter into 22 minutes into this map. Let me tab out to zoom some snooze some ads. All right. Boston top lane, 1:31. Left side camp 103, right side camp 156. Deathwing takes flight out of bottom lane as you see him disappear off your minimap. 10 to 8 in kills, favoring the members of Sweden. A half a level lead between 23 to 22. And here's the big thing to mention for the side of Sweden. They just got their gems needed for a Webweaver summoning. And if you're curious who's holding what, there you go. But they'll need just about everyone's gems outside of Deathwing. Deathwing dropping down in this corridor, a big Entomb on the left-hand side. Riptire coming in from Junkrat, looking for the extra oomph value, and does get a hit onto 2. Garrosh pushed away by the Bellowing Roar. Dexon's so very low, will be picked up by the Vala, and this looks like it is going to be Team Sweden finding their rundown. They will be able to get a multitude of kills. Will they get the Leoric kill in bottom for Finland? Azerite wants it. The Orc Wraith walking, trying to deny the kill. And it is going to be called to go core through bottom lane. And this is going to be a 1-1 score after 24 minutes. This will be a map number 2 victory in this best of 5 series. Team Sweden answering back as Leoric dies to tower shots. Does get picked up by Sweden. GG. Well played. Welcome back, everybody. We are now here in Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2 in our first of 3 best of 5s. We got a lot of great content for all of you, and this has been a really tight matchup thus far. It honestly has been a very close matchup between these two teams. Map 1 was nearly 30 minutes. Map 2 was like 24, 25 minutes, so definitely coming down to the wire, or coming down to the late game for both of these teams in these games. But let's get into Battlefield. First pick is going to go over to the side of Germany 2. As the losing side, they opted in for first pick priority, and Sweden will be choosing Battlefield of Eternity as map number 3. Meta Madness style of draft, of course, as I had mentioned, so it is going to be the heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps within the series, so you will not be able to see Vala, Falstead, Hanzo, Garrosh. They're all gone. They're all gone. But Battlefield. Muradin is not a bad pickup for a map like this. I do like him quite a bit with Sledgehammer level 4. 500% damage increase to non-heroic targets. You also get a 1.5 second cooldown overall on your, I guess a passive 1.5 second cooldown is probably the better way to phrase that for your Stormbolt, taking you from 10 to 8.5. And then you also have your 40 stacks that you can get for the, it's Hammer Time, which will allow you to have the 0.5 second cooldown per auto, and then the Piercing Stormbolt. Mythic at the 160, but we've only seen it once in this tournament. And that was on a, I wouldn't call it a one-sided matchup, but it was definitely a dominated matchup. Blaze, Uther, Hogger will be banned. Thrall has seen a lot of bans. Is it a big river? Never heard of it. The Truckee? It's nothing like the Mississippi River, but it's like, in where I live, it's like a big deal for us because it basically goes from the mountains in South Shore area at the, the south side of the basin. It goes all the way through, it goes into the lake, and then it goes out through Truckee, and then that feeds all the way into Pyramid Lake out in Reno. So it's significant for us. It's also, we also have a salmon run, the Kokanee salmon, is a big, like, it's a big environmental thing, which is very important for us. The salmon run for bears and all the other stuff. So yeah, it's ecologically, I think is the word for it. It's important for our region, but I don't think it's like super important for other stuff. But yeah, it's a long river. I'd look it up. It's very interesting. Lucio and Li Ming will be grabbed on the left-hand side. Anubarak and Thrall. The Chromie was banned away, by the way, as I got distracted a little bit there from talking about rivers. But Thrall, Anubarak, and Chen. I know Brian had his birthday yesterday, and I know he was dragged to Grand Rapids, but if he's around, he gets to watch Chen. You can go for some coconut salmon right now. Thanks for offering. Come on over, Revolver. Come on over. We can I'll cook you salmon, and we can play Metal Gear Solid Delta. Good to see you. Happy Sunday, bud. Band-wise, Tyrande, okay. Tyrande does show up a lot on this map. This is a very common place for her. Huntress Mark onto the objective, Owls for scouting, Sentinel, or sorry, Lunar Flares to be able to get some stuns. Are they going to consider a Genji ban? Genji Li Ming is a combo that has been run on this map in the past. Double reset composition, as we've called it. But they'll get rid of the Muradin. Okay. I think the Muradin ban is solid. Solo lane wise, Urel's been played, Diva's been played, Leorc's been played. I'm trying to think of stuff that'd be good up against Chen because you want something to interrupt his drink. Maybe you go Imperious here. Like, right now, maybe you grab main tank and another racer, and then you can flex the Imperious solo lane potentially, or you grab your solo lane and main tank and then flex the last. That is not what I was expecting, but I do love me a good Arthas here. I like the Arthas a lot, probably for solo into Chen. Might be a trait build. It might be an auto build with like D at level 1. Last 2 picks on the right-hand side. Still need a healer and still need a race hero. Like Raynor and Ariel wouldn't be bad. Greymane's up. Greymane Ariel isn't bad. I like the idea of an Ariel and something else. The Tame and Strike would be kind of nice. Genji Stukov. I'm not crazy about it. I feel like Germany has a weaker draft. Now, of course, if you just win the team fight, you don't have to worry about your race timing. But I do think that right now, if Sweden gets like a gray main here, I think they honestly are, they have the stronger draft overall.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's in.
I think the Tracer's solid. This is a solid pickup. So when I get there, it'll be around 3 a.m. sitting in your lawn in the middle of the night while staring ominously at you watching it from your window. Well, tomorrow's my day off, so that works. Tomorrow I'm going down to Costco. Get me a pizza. As we're loading on in, I just want to say thank you everyone really quickly for watching the stream and hanging out with us. If you're enjoying yourself, please do drop a follow if you're new. If you got rated in from our lovely friend Chrono. If you're already following, thanks so very much. Thanks for lurking and chatting. If you'd like to support the stream, every little bit helps us out. And be sure to check out our wonderful sponsor, Corsair. Corsair treating us good so far this year, so big shout out to them. Yo, what's up, Be Crazy? And you guys are on it with the gambles today. I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you. And happy Sunday. I hope you have been enjoying today's content, casting, and yeah. Let's load on in.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Alrighty. Yes, click the Corsair link in chat when you have time. Also accept the cookies, because that does help track stats. Sweden on the left-hand side is going to have their Sven Tracer, Captain Rex Lucio, Azerite Li Ming, a Gunner, Stitches, and Wubby on the Arthas. Oh, role swapping going on right here. The right side is going to be Germany with Dex and Anubrak, Athletic Bird Genji, Sereny, Thrall, Shaq on the Stukov, and the Evil is your Chen. As a reminder, best of 5 series. Teams need to win by 2. Sorry, need to win by 3. So we'll be seeing who's going to have the advantage in this series. Kind of like tennis, you know? Advantage and such. Celerando Lucio, Aether Walker Li Ming, Patrick Creation for the Stitches, Rhyme on the Arthas. I was wondering if this would be Crash Lightning. This is the one map where I do see a lot of Crash Lightning Thrall, and indeed it is. We have Eye of the Tiger for your Chen, your Ruby and Armor and Nubarak, the Crash Lightning Thrall we'll talk about in a moment, Low Blow Stukov, Tracer rounds I missed, and Genji is probably Agile Dismount. Indeed he is. Why is Wubby Arthas a role swap? Oh, no, you have Gunner, who's typically a healer role swap. You have Sven, who's typically the main tank player for this team, on Tracer. That's the role swap surprise. That's the one that I was surprised by. What's up, Stark? Good morning. Captain Rex trying to get away. Chain Lightning will be enough to get the kill! Alright, so Crash Lightning, it did have a buff recently. So we have the, you hit 2 heroes, blah, 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 lose 6 stacks upon death, you can't lose milestones. So if you hit 15 heroes, you get 270, and then the 30, completing the quest, was upgraded from another 270 to a 325. Thanks, you're welcome, bud. Congratulations on second or whatever. Yeah, but Wubby Arthas, I'm excited to see. Wubby's been... Let's see, Wubby played a Diva last game, for those that missed it, and a Urel in map number 1. So Wubby, it's been a fun hero pool for Wubby in this series so far. But Sven being able to break off of the main tank role, able to get on this Tracer, unfortunately was taken down in the early skirmish. I mean, we already had 4 kills and it's not even 2 minutes in. So this Battlefield of Eternity starts out. That's going to be a lot of damage onto the Chen. The stagger's active. Will he be able to back away with the help of a Nubrak's Burrow Charge? The Tracer damage over time. So the Tracer sustained damage plus the damage over time was a little too much, and Chen will take down Chen. Slam a jam from the Stitches in bottom lane. Arthas is going to be going into the Icy Talons. Shaq, bye-bye! Tracer Lucio run down the Stukov, and he is unable to back away, get away from the hypermobility of the two Overwatch players. As Crushinator says, the members of Sweden do have more Overwatch players than the members of Germany, so obviously, Sweden wins. Triumvirate for your Li Ming. It's the Icy Talents, yeah. So gain 3% attack speed for 1.5 seconds every time a hero is damaged by Frozen Tempest to a maximum of 60%. Alright, Frost will pack for the Thrall. He continues to pick up questing talents. Savage Spin from the Immortal pushes Wubby to the side. A healing pathogen applied to your Thrall as he looks to poke onto Azerite a little bit more. The Immortal stun, there's going to be a Lurking Arm plus the weighted Pustule. Arcane Orb going out from Li Ming. The hook goes out from Stitches, and I think it was a helping hand, but Arthas does fall. Meanwhile, Chen harassing Azerite in the bottom left of your screen. Dexon so very low. Tracer gonna try and get the kill with Lucio. Lucio healthy. They're gonna chase in, but Tracer's traded by Thrall. Genji gets the kill onto Li Ming's elsewhere on the left side of our map. And that'll be some body blocks from Genji and Chen onto Gunner. And Shambling Horror is active. You see that sort of pulsing moments from the Stitches here. And I always forget the Shambling Horror activates Spread Vile Gas in a large area. That's the AoEs you're seeing. And then also prevent your movement speed from being reduced below 110 for 4 seconds. And then hitting enemies with a base attack or inner area of the slam afflicts them with Vile Gas, dealing an additional 46 damage over 4 seconds, dealing 50% more damage to minions, mercenaries, and monsters. Uh-oh, Lucio. Lurking Arm, flying kick from Chen. And I wasn't too excited about this draft as I was looking at it on the, as we were finishing up the actual draft screen and stuff, but man, Germany coming out aggressive in this map number 3 is Chen. I can't even keep up. I'm looking at stats, I'm looking at kills, and all of a sudden there's another Li Ming death. This is still the first Immortal of the map, by the way. Weighted Pustule goes out. Sven not hit by it. He's going to be zoned still by Genji. The race is going to be started by Genji and Thrall, but I don't think the members of Germany win this. Oh my god. They do. Yesterday, by the way, we had an Immortal phase end with 11 HP left. The lowest I've ever seen it. Alright, so Immortal heads to bottom lane. Arthas up in top. Genji grabs the globe. Howling Blast lands onto him. Wubby and the Evil having a little trade back and forth. And yeah, it's going to be the Evil's just trying to back away from that Frozen Tempest Icy Talons value. It is also Rune Tap, so every third base attack heals Arthas for 5% of his max health, which is a nice synergy with LC Talons, since you're getting the attack speed buff as well. Immortal phase number 1 of the map, really not finding a ton of value here. So we have to check Bandit for his pause. Alright. Burrow does not hit Gunner. Chain Lightning going out from Thrall. I didn't see the stacks before we cycle through the other numbers, but that's okay. We'll take a look at them in a little bit. Actually, I can just do this. 9. He's got 9 stacks. He needs another 6 to hit his first milestone. And then our Thrall, he can't drop below 15 as Stukov takes down the Stitches. I apologize. I'm trying so hard to watch everything. But I need a third eye to be able to see just on the minimap realistically. Wandering Keg, Sundering for your Thrall as well. Tracer and friends are chasing onto the Evil in top lane. Push off from the Lucio. Chen drinks up some brew, tries to get the Wandering Keg displacement onto Captain Rex, but it's not going to work out. Tracer has a full Pulse Bomb build up. We might see her just wait, pick up the 10 so she can get that upgrade value. Massive Shove, Cocoon, the Wandering Keg as we mentioned. Genji. Is he going to go Dragon Blade or X-Strike? He's holding currently. Wave of Force, a Putrid Bile Stitches. Army of the Dead. That looks like it's going to be Sticky Bomb Tracer and High Five Lucio. Immortal spawning in 24 seconds. Actually, that coloring looks a little bluer. Is it Quantum Spike? That does look like Quantum. No, it is Sticky Bomb. Okay. The Quantum Spike and Sticky Bomb coloring are very, very close together. It's just slight different shades of blue. I guess Quantum Spike is more blue towards the center. Alright, we got 10s up. Slight scaling advantage for Germany. as they're about 3/4 of a level ahead, which is going to be 10 to 11. Immortals are going to be raced on right now, and that first half quickly goes to the side of Sweden. A 6,000 difference between the two. Uh-oh, hook. Lands onto Chen. He's going to have the elusive brawler from level 7 active. Flying kick onto the Fallen Shaman to bottom lane. A new Breck burrowing out. No hit onto Chen. Or sorry, onto Stitches. But there's going to be the high five from Lucio. A little early. Extract from Genji will come through. There's going to be the future battle from Stitches activated on the ground. We do have Gunner trying to back away. Dex in the so very low. Will they be able to get a heal? A cocoon goes out onto Li Ming just as the Anubrek falls. And Li Ming gets away before us afterwards. The healing pathogen spread to Athletic Bird. The Wandering Kick from Chen. Sorry, the Wandering Kick from Chen pushing people around and sundering out from the Troll as well. A lot of health bars on the left side low. Stukov gets picked up by the Tracer. Arthas takes down Genji. Li Ming kills your Chen. And it is looking like Thrall, with 12 stacks, drops down to 6, and that is everyone's favorite Northern European country.
Finland!
Sticky Spike. Yeah, Hulkon, how you doing, bud?
Victory through righteousness.
Sure, whatever, Ilarian. He's going to be heading into bottom lane. If you want some stats, I got him for you. 17,050 HP, and then some shielding with 1,284 damage and structures. 13,000 points of shielding. Total of 30,000 on the health bar. Stitches does have level 13, so he's got the 40% range increase on his hook. We also see Genji finishing Circuit Mastery. Thrall back up to 1 stack on the Feral Spirit. As I mentioned, he was at 12 before dying, dropped down to 6 on his Crash Lightning. And the Ford in top lane, by the way, is taken down by Arthas and Tracer. This is a double fort play nearly. They get 1.5 forts. Nearly 50, or more than 50% of the bottom lane fort has been damaged, but not completely taken down. But the experience is leading for Sweden. They're not doing too bad here. And as a reminder, this is the first best of 5 of the day. We still have Serbia versus Russia coming up next, and then the grand finals after that, of the winner of this series versus the winner of that series. 3 best of 5s, and man, oh man, they're already slapping today. Wubby is getting cornered here. That's a lurking arm from Stukov. Low blow, growing infestation, and it hungers. 1, 7, and 13 for your Stukov. He did go into the Vigorous uptake, right? Yeah. Vigorous reuptake at level 4. That's a hard one always to say. Bio kill switch heals for 30% more when detonating 3 or more healing pathogens. Alright. Arthas, by the way, with the Frost Strikes. Frostmourne Hunger also slows the target by 50% for 1.5 seconds. Hitting that target with Dead Coil while they're slowed also silences them for 1 second. Swift Strike, no hook pull. Dexon does activate Carapace. It is also, by the way, full Carapace at 1, 4, 7, and 13 with your Nerubian Armor, Shed Exoskeleton, your Chitinous Plating, and Ursitating Spines. I don't know why. The Chitinous Plating and Ursitating Spines are so, like, so satisfying to say. Little Chain Lightning from Thrall, 8 stacks on that Crash. Immortal Phase number 3 is here in the defensive positions. The hook goes just to the side of Genji. I thought it was a pull. But it is even talent here. A 3/4 level lead on the left-hand side with a scaling advantage to the members of Sweden. Wandering Keg, massive shove onto the Tracer. You do have Future Bile activated by your Stitches. And your Li Ming was cocooned on the left-hand side, but that'll be expiring here. Thrall gets taken down, losing more stacks on his Crash Lightning. I think he's down to 2 now, maybe 3. Soundwave from Lucio. Arcane Orbs flying in. Howling Blast lands onto the enemies. Tracer currently on objective. Wave of Force from Li Ming. Azerite, a few hundred HP. Genji wants to chase it and try and get the kill, but won't be able to close the gap or get close to Tracer. Or sorry, Li Ming. Lucio amping things up a little bit. 10 to 11 in kills. More kills than minutes in this game, and that's been kind of the motif throughout today's best of 5 as a hook lands on a Stukov, setting up the kill. The Pulse Bomb into Athletic Board, the wave of force. That's going to be reset after reset for Li Ming, the Wandering Keg, allowing Chen to back away, but the armor does not persist like the level 20 untapped potential, and Lucio in the house gets the kill. A slam, a jam, a Li Ming reset, and that'll be a 4th kill over to the side of Team Sweden as they push in for 16 talent here. Thrall, 5 stacks on his level 1, 2 stacks on level 4, as 16 pulverizes a big one for the Stitches with that minus 10 armor and a 70% movement speed debuff for 0.75 seconds. Mirror Ball, Tracer picking up her Ricochet. You've got Arthas with the Remorseless Winter. Enemy heroes that remain within Frozen Tempest for 3 seconds are rooted for 1.25 seconds. This effect can only happen once every 10 seconds. And Lucia with the up the frequency at 16 here. And we get Bruiser Camp on the left side.
Our triumph brings order to this realm.
Full health. Well, obviously health. Full shield Immortal, though. This is going to be a very big Alarian in bottom lane, and there's your stats. 42,665 health overall with shielding and such. 1,548 damage into structures, as the Hook tried to find someone from the enemy team, but does not connect. The Immortal, by the way, attacks from range until it loses its shielding. Wandering Keg from Chen on the left-hand side, trying to create a little bit of chaos and harassment onto Wubby into some of those tower shots, as we do have Army of the Dead activated. Immortal's still working here. Swift Strike from Genji. Magic Missile lands onto this Stukov. Huge damage coming through. Is this a GG push? If they get a couple kills, for sure Sweden wins this. They're going in for core. Magic Missiles fire out. Fallen Shaman Catapult coming in. Genji looking to get some pressure. Tracer blinks in. Recalls with Pulse Bomb onto Dexen. Shielding of the core is broken. Health is going down. Shield of the Immortal is dropped. Future Bow from Stitch is activated. He gets massively shoved. That will be Genji taken down. Arthas inside the cocoon. Tracer harassing. This Immortal still at 50% is going to get the core destruction. And ladies and gentlemen, 14 minutes, 46 seconds is our fastest map today. Sweden pulls ahead in the best of 5 series. Will they be able to shut things down in a map number 4, or can the members of Germany give us the illustrious map number 5? We're going to go ahead and show you some stats. We're going to go ahead and show you some talents. We're going to run the ads, and when those ads and such are done, we'll go ahead and get into the next game. If you'd like to support the stream, it's much appreciated. If you'd like to do a Tier 1, that helps us out a ton, gets us further up on our Partner Plus. Tier 2s and 3s are super duper appreciated if you have the availability. And if you have a Prime, do consider utilizing it here. Every little bit helps us out. We're 10 subs away from the April Chef Baja for some more fun cooking and more adventurous streams. And do consider it if you have the availability. If not, ads are coming your way, and after the ads, we'll find out where we're going to go to for map number 4. Alrighty, everybody, welcome in. Sweden on the left-hand side, Germany on the right. Sweden just needs to find victory on Infernal Shrines. Team Germany's losing team has opted in for first pick priority, so map pick will be coming out from Sweden, and it'll be Infernal Shrines. As we enter into this 4th map, there is 30 heroes unavailable, because it is the Meta Madness style of draft, so the 30 heroes that have been played cannot be picked or played again, or banned. So things like Gul'dan are up, Chromia is up, Mephisto is up, Kael'thas, Jaina, Kael'thuzad. Hogger continues to be permabanned by Sweden. And Sweden did let that Thrall through last game. It did not look too good, unfortunately. That Crash Lightning got close to the first milestone, but it just didn't really connect. And then Sweden, they went for the throat, if you will, and just shut things down at 14 minutes, which is, as I said, the fastest map today. 14 minute 46. Kerrigan to be banned, a pretty common hero for this map. She has that baseline Ravage for stackage. Double Soak for her is pretty decent. Shrine clears really fast with that. Mephisto gonna get target banned. But solo lane wise, like Sonya's up, Blaze is up, so Blaze will be grabbed here. That's a snap onto Diablo. Garrosh has already been played. So we have a Diablo and a Tychus.
It's about time.
I like the Tychus. Wow, we are just rocking through this, man. Hammer, Blaze, Tyrael. As we get into the bans, I feel like this will be an Ariel ban, maybe? Ariel wouldn't be too bad of a ban. I don't think they're going to Morales ban. I don't think we're going to see a stim for Sergeant Hammer. Could be really strong, but I don't think we're going to see a Morales priority. Maybe in like a map like 5, 6, or 7, we'd see a Morales, but here, I think Arya, there's still a lot of healers available if I'm not mistaken. Ana will be banned. I don't hate it. Wow, that's a quick Chromie ban immediately. Okay. They knew what they wanted to get rid of. I still think Gul'dan could be huge here. I still think Gul'dan would be great into Sergeant Hammer. Corruption is easy to hit on the hammer. Also, good to see you, Harkin. Sorry, I didn't really respond to you guys because there was ads going and stuff. But good to see you, Harkin. Isn't it better to take the level 1 quest with Chen if you plan to take the shared shields at 13?
So it begins.
Why would there be... Why? Because the level 1 gives you shields last indefinitely after you drink, and I don't think that applies to the heroes within enough to share. I think it's only for Chen. I'd have to double check on that. Maybe someone in chat knows, Holcan. But I believe the enough to the freshest ingredients does not give persisting shields to allies through enough to share 13. I think it only I think that quest only pertains to Chen. There's the Ariel I've been looking for with a Rainer as well. And decent control, penetrating round, detainment strike, concussive blast, jet propulsion. Tassadar with the Diablo, good synergy there. I feel like life has been getting in the way to watch your stream. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad to have you here now with us, and thanks for hanging out, Harkin. Happy Sunday, bud, and hopefully things in life settle down and you can catch more streams, but we appreciate having you now. The Illidan is not something I was anticipating, but you know what? I do like it a lot. Is it a Wubby Illidan? Baha, tell me it is not weird to eat Jello prior to it being solid, meaning before it sets. Baha, tell me it is weird to eat Jello. Hold on. Like, hold on. So, like, just like the sugar syrup stuff before it sets? I think the level 1 Chen quest gives you CDR for the drinking. Level 1 Chen quest gives you persisting shields. That's why the level 1 Chen quest is typically taken with the level 4 flying talent, because if you have shields from your brew, you deal increased damage from your flying leap. I don't believe there's any cooldown from the level 1. I'd have to check after this game. I don't recall there being a level 1 cooldown. I think it's just shield and lasting indefinitely. The liquid.
For battle, heroes.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. That sounds kind of gross. That just sounds like sugar syrup liquid. Like, it's not awful, but that just sounds like a lot of sugar and syrup, and I feel like that'd be like drinking like literal syrup, like maple syrup. Left side of the map is going to give Sweden. The Sven, Diablo, Azerite, Tassadar, Captain Rex, Tychus, Wubby on the Illidan, Gunner on the Deckard. You've got your Germany crew with Dex Interial, Athletic Bird Rainer, Shaq on the Ariel, Cerny on the Sergeant Hammer, and the Evils your Blaze. It also gives you 2 seconds cooldown reduction. Oh, okay, well. I couldn't tell you. Look, I don't think I'm in no place to judge people on what they eat and drink, because when we make sausages, we literally let the fat sit in the fridge and then we spread it on toast and eat that for breakfast. So I can't really judge people. Devil's Due, Diablo, you've got your Static Shock for the Tassadar. It's going to be Quarterback Tychus, Immolation for the Illidan, Sapphire Decker Kane, increasing the Herodric slow when applied to enemy heroes. increasing it by 30, making it a 65% slow, baseline being 35% off the Herodric Cube. And you've got your Justice for All, Ace in the Hole Rainer, you're seeing Righteous Assault for the Ariel, Advanced Artillery Hammer, and you've got your Adrenaline Stimpack Blaze. Scroll of Ceiling goes out, Herodric Cube hits Serenity on the Sergeant Hammer, Tychus Minigun was active for a moment with a little bit of damage, Grenade going into the wave, Overkill onto Dexon as well. And it's a Mortar Punisher for the bottom lane. I mean, I guess you could compare it realistically to like when your Slurpee melts a little bit at the bottom. It's kind of like drinking that syrup juice, right? It's not that weird. I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy. Is it Abby normal? Sure. Is it putting bananas on a pizza? No. Static force wall. Electric fence. Sorry, level 4 for the tasks that are going to be picked up. Diablo actually going to be going to the Sacrificial Soul. This might be an Apocalypse-based game here. Potion of Shielding for the Deckard Cain. You're also going to have your Master Assassin Tychus. Majestic Span for the Ariel. So no repeated offense for the Detainment Strike passive knockback distance and a little extra damage. Well, it's actually like 200 and something damage when you do finish out the quest. Alright, well, it's going to be a little camp on the left, camp on the right to be grabbed, the Mortar Punisher up for contest. And we're getting into our level 6 for both, a little past that as well. Hammer is going to push up top lane. Illidan dives in. Rainer's just below. Serenity takes a lot of damage. Detainment Strike misses. Wubby! Wubby! The autos from Athletic Bird will be enough, and that'll be Wubby taken down. Was that a Young Frankenstein quote? Indeed it was. Oh, Dexon. Hammer with Hover Siege. Does have that Siege Tactics level 4 as well for the Neosteel Plating activation. Rainer with the Heavy Slugs. And objective is being worked on by the Tychus. He's gonna get this, but meanwhile Hammer in top lane is taking down the Fort Gate. Azerite takes a little bit of poke damage. Tyrael, I was gonna say, is he Swift Retribution level 4 or level 7? Indeed he is. Big movement speed buff and attack speed buff from that as well. Shadow Charge into Overpower. Serenity's still trying to Hyper Thrust her away. Wubby with the chase in. And that dive through, but won't be enough to take down the Sergeant Hammer as the Shockwave from Tassadar just hits the heels of your Tyrael. Azerite steps into a few hammer hits. Tyrael going in with the Eldruin's Might, which has a little bit of a slow on it. Azerite! 39 HP! Will not be taken down.
Blue team's Punisher has been slain.
Yeah, Amber. Same thing with, High Pulp Orange Juice. Siege Tactics activated after the Scroll of Ceiling from Deckard did go into the Emerald level 7. As we go ahead and change through the other numbers. Hopefully, Lard, you enjoyed a bit of, Resident Evil. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Good Shadow Charge onto Rainer. A Force Wall comes out as well. Fire Stomp, penetrating round onto Azerite. Drune's Might is going to be thrown in. Shock Rays continue to rocket out. There's going to be a Herodric Cube slow. Good double root onto Rainer and the Tyrael. And this has just been like a good 2+ minutes of just this top lane fight. I haven't even looked at the double soak between Blaze and Illidan, which, Tychus gets the, I'm assuming that's a grenade, right? I'm assuming Tychus had the grenade. Oh, wrong here. There we go. Oh, no, it's just an auto attack. Grenade, and then the auto attack. Wow, okay. Well, Frozen Punisher for the mid lane. We have Heroics on the right side. Bunker, Blunt Force Gun, Crystal Aegis, Sanctification, and Rainer. I'm assuming it's Hyperion. But I could see Rainer's Raider. Duskwing level 20 is really nice. It is Hyperion. Apocalypse Diablo. Kind of anticipating that with the Shadow Charge. Archon Tassadar. Odin for the Tychus. You're going to be looking at the Metamorphosis on the Illidan really quickly as Blaze is coming in with this Pyromania overpowered by the Diablo. Stay a while and listen, by the way, from the Deckercade, but he won't utilize it here. And this disengages. Diablo does go down. Souls expended. And he's going to be going ahead and picking up the Diabolical Momentum at level 7 with the Diablo basic attacks damage. When Diablo's basic attacks damage enemies, reduce the cooldown of Shadow Charge and overpower by 1.5 seconds. Yeah, it ramps up really quickly, Lard. I love it. It is my favorite Resident Evil game. Shockray's going out. Crystal Aegis is the answer onto Rainer's. Stay a while and listen. Catches the toe. The Apocalypse will blast down the Space Marine. And the self-heal from Ariel will be enough to keep her alive after Tassadar Shockray coming through. Another Shockray poke. Archon opening up the gate of bottom lane. Taking a look really quickly in mid. That was opened up. Sweden looking to advance. Oh, good Shadow Charge again. Gonna pick up a few more souls for the Diablo here, as he does have that Sacrificial Soul level 4, as I mentioned. 10 souls for Diablo when he does get that wall bang, and 20 armor. At 100 souls, he gets 40 armor for 3 seconds. And 13 is nearing for both, or actually we just entered 12, but still. 13 on the horizon for both teams. You have the Unbound for Illidan at 13 of 15 stacks. And let's see here. Hammer. Swift Retribution movement speed. She was moving at like normal speed there almost. 19 of the Skeletal Defenders. Illidan gets the top lane camp. Might have 13 faster for Sweden in the defense, but I do think they're gonna have to defend here. This looks like an Arcane Punisher over to Germany. Shadow Charge onto Tyrael. 81 souls for the Diablo. Force Wall from the Tassadar with the Electric Fence to zone the enemies back. And the Frozen Punisher coming in through mid lane against the side of Sweden. Center wall is going to be not opened up in time. The Punisher will leap onto that. Scroll of Ceiling does connect onto Hammer and Tyrael. Illidan's done with his Unbound as Diablo's helping him siege in the top lane a little bit, but it looks like Blaze and Raynor have cleared things out. Raynor's going to be heading for a well tap really quick. No, he's just heading straight for the engagement. Hyperion could be utilized here just to get some extra damage onto the keep. And Raynor's actually seeing the Diablo in the flank. They're going to try and avoid the Apocalypse and will be able to do so. The Ancient Flexus of Deck Pain activated. Illidan's going to Metamorphosis to chase in. The Herodra Cube with the Sapphire, I think, did come out. The Syncopation from Tyrael, allowing Hammer to continue putting in pressure onto Wubby. If that will be Hammer taken down. Overkill activated by the Tychus with his Spray and Pray level 13. Probably Armor Piercing round 16. Could be also Grenade as well. That's all right, looking for a little bit more stackage on that level 1, stepping up. The Oil Slick from Blaze thrown down. It is Flame Suppression level 7 for Blaze, which is going to be a spell power debuff by 20 per each Twin Flame. I guess each of the Twin Flames gives that minus 20. And maximum can be 40, and it's a 4-second duration. 4-second duration, look at that. We don't know every talent perfectly, but we do our best. Every day we cast is more practice. Smite out. Shock Rays from the Tassadar. Overkill from Tychus is activated. Illidan, by the way, at level 13 with the Elusive Strike. Sweep the Strike reduce the cooldown of evasion by 3 seconds every time it damages an enemy hero. Diablo picking up his Devastating Charge. 1 of 5 stacks already picked up for that. Might be able to get one in mid lane on Blaze. But our next Immortal will be in the top lane, and Illidan's pushing up a wave onto the forward. That's a good sustained damage onto Azerite from the Athletic Bird, but Gunnar has a potion. That'll be a disengage. And it's Illidan on a fort in top lane. Blaze will clear out the minion wave, but Illidan's going to drop this nearly to 50% and then back away easily off the sidewall. Diablo's still chilling in the bush just below. He'll reposition. Wubby is going to double back into the Evil, who gets the jet propulsion onto Diablo and is able to back off just fine. Tassadar, bottom lane. Psystorm onto the fort. Damage enough to actually break it a little bit visually. Nice force wall. That's a 10-minute 38 static charge. That's pretty quick, honestly. You need 40 hits. Grenade out from Tychus, poking onto the Sergeant Hammer. She hovers forward. Potions continue to fly out. Eldrune's Might out. Scouts out the Azerite in the bush. And I think the next objective is about 12 minutes in game time, somewhere in that ballpark. The level 16 is here. The advantage Hammer going to be prioritized by Diablo's Shadow Charge. Goes in for another Shadow Charge on a Bird. Hyperion summoned, and Stay a While and Listen captures the enemy. Overpower. Rainer's clawed to death by the Lord of Terror. Big shock ray out from Tassadar. And it is looking like Blaze in top lane is still being forced back by the Illidan. Diablo flanking onto the Ariel over here. Archon activated by the Tassadar as bottom lane 4 continues to be taken down, and it will be completely cleared out. Are they going to go for any siege on a keep gate? Nah, that's rotation to objective, I think. No, actually, realistically, they can just go ahead and pivot into mid, get the minion wave here. They're going to steal away the enemy Impaler camp as well. 3 seconds on a Tychus respawn. Or sorry, Rainer respawn. Different man with gun. Level 16, by the way, is going to be that Titan grenade. Shadow Charge. Overpower. Shadow Charge again into the wall. Shockray goes out. Gunner looking to step up for a bonk with the Heraldric Staff at level 16, but is out of position. Ancient Blessing, Blunt Force Gun, misses Deckard. Did it miss Deckard, or did he get a potion right there at the last second? He got a, no, it did miss. I don't see Blunt Force Gun in this, information list. Illidan, by the way, 39 the objective during all of this. Sergeant Hammer, Neo Steel Plating. Activated to mitigate the Shadow Charge collision. Shots continue to rain out onto the fort here, which is getting a little bit low. Shock race from Tassadar. Fort probably falls. Illidan's like, cool, I'll just go get a top lane fort first then. You know, you guys are going to lose bot mid. No big deal. Deckard's back up in 13. The minion wave is getting thin, and Illidan backs away off the sidewall once again. We'll see our old man respawning at the Hall of Storms. And he's on his way towards top lane with the allies. And it looks like a fallen shaman will also be grabbed. Alright. 16's up on both sides for at least talent tiers. About a half a level difference, 18 to 17 and a half. Fallen Shamans have been grabbed on the respective sides. Blaze pushing up away from bottom. Illidan grabbing a camp from mid lane as well. Will he join his allies? It's not a hunt Illidan. It's a metamorphosis. Just a heads up on that one. Tyrael. Eldrune's might thrown out. This Diablo coming with a Shadow Charge. There's a Scroll Ceiling from Protector Kane, capturing no one. And one Skeletal Defender needed here. Diablo's going to get the 2 hits needed to get that last one. Globes to be gathered as well. And Odin is up. I mean, it's actually all heroics up on both sides. I would anticipate an Odin to be utilized for keep gate, maybe more. Oracle from Tassadar for vision. Blaze is going to be scouted here on the left-hand side. Punisher jumps over and lands onto the Tyrael. Hammer getting poked by Shock Race from Tassadar. Force Wall from him coming down. We're getting close to level 20 on the left-hand side for Sweden, and it could be that Force Barrier to help out Diablo, or at least to have further range and cooldown. Punisher jumps over. Diablo kind of saves the evil. The Blunt Force Gun fired out. The Scroll Ceiling landing onto 2. No Scroll of Stone Curse as the Punisher will be cleared away. Tassadar is going to look to back off. Gets a good chunk of damage onto the evil with that Thermal Lance level 16. It's 8%. Huge percent base damage on the level 16 with Shock Ray. And meanwhile, Illidan's like, cool, I'm going to go get a mid lane fort for us then. And the pressure from Sweden, ever mounting against the members of Germany. Sorry, the Illidan metamorphosis was... Oh, he's demonic form, that's why. I didn't even see the 20 rolled in. I'm like, why are we meta? There's nothing going on. He's demonic form, which is permanently remain in demonic form. Metamorphosis also increases attack speed by 20% and reduces the duration of stuns, roots and slows by 50%. Illidan can now mount in demonic form. You have your Hellgate, Diablo, Archon, Twilight. Nice bunker from Blaze right there. Mitigates the shock ray, which would have been a kill. Respect the elderly and big red button on your Tychus. Snow Force Barrier for the Tassadar, I was thinking. Next Punisher is mid lane. Illidan continues to work on this. Hellgate from Diablo. Stun is there. Shadow Charge again. Fire Stomp goes out, but they cannot take down the evil. Wubby a little too low. Rotates into top lane as you see his wings flapping in mount form. Bottom lane keep still being worked on. Grenade hitting onto this hammer. We have a big red button for the bottom lane. Illidan's on a keep. He is got minus armor as he needs to dash away once again. Big red buttons continue to fire out. Sanctification from Tyrael. That's a good penetrating round from Bird to avoid Shadow Charge collision. Tyke is dashing forward, trying to get the Annihilation shot to take down Raynor, but it won't be enough. Odin has still got a little bit of time left. Minion wave is getting thin here. And another minion wave a little bit far away, but this, if they can commit to this, they're gonna go ahead and get the bottom lane keep. Sweden playing it pretty good here, as Illidan has been sieging in top. Now, 20 talents here is about to tick in. What do we get for this 20? Holy Arena, Fortified Bunker. So Fortified Bunker, we got Raiders Roll, Diamond Resolve, Ultra Capacitors, which is 75 armor for 5 seconds. Uh-oh, Tychus is gonna be taken down by Raynor. Holy Arena is the upgrade for Tyrael, by the way. And the next objective is up and available in 26 seconds. Diablo and Illidan looking to back away. Jet Propulsion lands on the Lord of Terror. They're going to try and take down his souls. And absolutely, they will be able to do so. Illidan makes his way back into mid. Continues to push things up. A camp on the left will be grabbed. And still 40 seconds on that Tychus death timer, as Diablo did have his reduced soul consumption, consuming 75 of the 100. Alrighty. Illidan's just going to try and end the game, okay. Blaze, by the way, is the flame suppression, as I mentioned, at level 7. He's not going to go into nanomachine coding. Illidan is just having a good time here, isn't he? Blaze clears out bottom lane wave. Wubby just kind of existing in the enemy's core area. This is Mortar Punisher to the right hand side of Germany. As the Illidan dives onto Blaze, he gets the Jet Propulsion. Wubby is able to dash back before the evasion expires. Continues to poke onto Blaze here and there. United Oil Slick to heal up a little bit. And if you're curious about damage numbers, there you go, everybody. Illidan with 181,000 siege. Blaze with 95,000. Taking a peek into mid lane, though, this is going to be Punisher moving in. The Sergeant Hammers working on the mid lane keep. Big red button from the Odin with those nukes coming down. Annihilation shots. Range damage is good. Keep is going to fall through mid lane, as our Punisher will be cleared out. Back over in bottom, I've honestly been watching the Evil versus Wubby. Very satisfying back and forth as Wubby needs to back off as the Blaze is seemingly... What? Are we really advancing into core right now? This is risky, in my opinion. Shockray, Hellgate, Sanctification from Tyrael to allow the disengage. Twilight Archon has been activated, and Force Wall doesn't get the hold that they're hoping for. Azerite looking to sustain the Archon off of this minion wave, getting a couple autos here and there to refresh the duration. It's, that's, I don't think that's going to time out very well. Unless they get to the minion wave. Oh, they will get to the minion wave in time. The allies didn't hit it, which is smart of them. Nice from the allies to not hit the minion wave. Tassadar are going to refresh that bar. You can see the durations, that purple bar underneath. Use these spider mines as well. Impaler camp moving in through mid. Azerite needs a sidewall to hit, and there is going to be one. Needs to step up for that. Minion wave coming through. Roderick Cube and Scroll of Ceiling not capturing anybody. Force Wall from the Tassadar. Shockray coming through as well. Decent damage onto Bird here. The Archon is getting low on that duration as the bottom lane wave is arriving at the enemy core. And unfortunately for Tassadar, Twilight Archon, sorry, not Archon Pure Power. Twilight Archon is not an active cooldown, so you may have been, if you were looking at it, did say 30, and then the moment it ended, it jumped back up to 90, so. Just one of those moments right there, because at one point I did think that. I was like, oh my god, that's so busted. You just sustain it, then you lose it, then you can pop it whenever, but no. Yeah, it's not an active cooldown like, oh, what's the one? The Sacred Ground from Urel. The moment you pop it, the moment it goes on cooldown, and then if you stand in it for 25 seconds, you can just cast it again. Yo, Day, what's up, bud? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you guys are having a nice, cozy morning. But the 20s are here for both sides. Another late game between Sweden and Germany. Sweden wants the 3-1. See if they can get it here. Illidan dives onto Blaze, forces him out of bottom lane. Next Punisher, Arcane in the top lane. Keep over here below 50%. Fort around 50%. And that announcement's got to be close, right? The satisfaction of being like, yeah, it's got to be like right now, and boom, it hits. So Illidan, chilling in the bush in bottom lane. Just still in demonic form. As we had mentioned, he's just chilling in demonic form for the remainder of the game. Or until he dies, I guess. So Illidan will get the wave cleared in bottom. Tyke pushing up mid. Is Illidan gonna continue to harass? Stay while Listen captures the hammer. Sanctification is available. Shock Ray hits. Illidan continuing to harass the evil.
Red team's core is under attack.
Illidan goes on core. Oh, this is so frustrating for the Blaze right now. I'm gonna get you. Oh, he dove. I'm gonna get you. Oh, he dove. I'm gonna get you. They're stopping the backs here, I believe. Hellgating from the Diablo. Is this going to be Scrollless Ceiling with the Herodric Cube with the Sapphire? Crystal Aegis with the Diamond Resolve. Shock Ray's coming out. Illidan looks like he needs to back away, but does get a good 36% off that core. And Blaze? Bunker? Twin Flame? Illidan does finally go down. Archon from Tassidar's active. Shock Ray into Sereni's a huge chunk of damage. As 2 to 10 in Skeleton Defenders. Scrollless Ceiling again. Diablo pushes Tyrael into it with the overpower into the wallbang for the minus 20 armor as well. Stay a while, gets its hit, and then I think it was canceled or interrupted. Apocalypse, big on to 4. No Illidan still for 34, but it does look like Diablo will go down. Jet Propulsion lands onto Tassadar. The evil's so very low. 24 minutes almost. Tassadar taps well. Throws back a Shock Ray. Diablo's souls were expended. Blaze needed to hearth out because there's currently triple catapults on this core. And they're going to break through the shielding and get a little bit of damage. One more hit? No. Oh, nice. Shielding sustained. But this is 4v4 right now. Crystal Aegis, big red button hits. Uh-oh. Ariel does get taken down. The Sanctification coming out a little bit late. Sven does not have a lot of souls here, and that's going to be Tassadar and Diablo picked off before the Ancient Blessings does get its trigger. Does get a trigger. Slows with the Herodric Cube. Blaze about to enter in. Jet Propulsion misses. Big red buttons firing out. And Illidan heading up for this objective with the allies around. Overkill from Tychus activated. Illidan, I mean, there's a lot of low health bars. Does he pop meta? He's got off cooldown, obviously. You can pop meta to teleport in. He's going to do that exactly. The enemy will get the objective, but this is Illidan diving in. Stay while misses completely onto the enemies, but Athletic Bird is going to try and take down the Tychus, who gets hit with the Blood Force gun. Wolfie gets the kill onto Hammer, as well as Raynor. Dexon on the bottom right of your screen is able to back away. Deckard is going to be looping the evil. Nice little sidestep right there. Bonk, Ancient Blessings. Fortified Bunker, the healing debuff was applied to the Herodric Cube, but misses. The Scroll of Sealing does root. The evil gets stunned again by that bonk from the Deckard. He's got another bonk stun! It's such a low cooldown. Crystal Aegis. Does it save? Scroll is Sealing onto a few. Illidan wants to fight more, but he's so low. He'll get a potion. He'll dive through the enemies. There's another potion. Herodric Cube going down. Another dash onto a minion, a globe to be gathered. Sven just below. As the catapults have arrived through bottom lane, the evil needs to go deal with it. Hellgating from Diablo. Shadow Charge onto Shaq. Very low. Ariel gets the Sanctification. Caught by the Scroll Sealing at the end. But this catapult's on core. Will be dealt with by Blaze. This time, it will get some damage onto core, dropping it down to 45%. It was a 5% hit for each of those catapults. My God. Punisher, I believe, just went down. I think we're looking at a 29-minute Punisher if we get another one. And I'm sure you're curious about this 26.5-minute stats. Actually, here, I'm going to do this really quick and push that button so it'll auto-cycle for me. Whew, 17 kills. As the Crystal Aegis again applied to the Sergeant Hammer, there's going to be an Apocalypse from the Diablo. Saint of Patience still on cooldown. As that is Diablo taking down, no souls to buy back in. Tyrael, though, traded. Death timer reduction from Tyrael. He's going to be dropping. Oh, he didn't get any trait value, I guess. All right. Blaze is going to be able to take down the Tassadar with the help of Raynor. Illidan. He's going to go for the potion. Dive onto Athletic Bird will be available. The Taven Strike, small distance knockback. There will be another dash forward. A dive onto the Ariel for the call for the kill. Is this a GG rotation through the bottom lane with Tychus, Illidan, and Deckard? They're ignoring mid lane camp. And there's no one really responding quickly, so yeah, they're going for this. Raynor and... Raynor and the Blaze for the defense on the core. Whale Slick down on the ground. Illidan. Meta in demonic form is already working in core. Decker Kane's the first one to be taken down. Catapults are here as well. They're focusing onto Tychus. They're going to try and clear out the Katas, but this is going to be a 3-1 score in the end for the members of Sweden. They knock Germany out of Nations Cup. Woo! What a series, everybody. Well, if you're enjoying yourself, as we've mentioned, be sure to subscribe. We're 11 subs away from our goal. If you're feeling generous, would like to use a Prime Gaming, start at Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3. We also have some silly, fun, gifted sub alerts if you'd like to utilize that to help us hit our goals. But if you're enjoying yourself, do consider supporting the channel. Otherwise, let's get ready for our next best of 5. They are still in the coin toss phase, but we're going to go ahead and roll some ads, and we will get ready for map number 1 in the upcoming Russia versus Sweden 1. See you there!